Hey y'all, it's Natalie, and I have found this footage on my phone, and I realized I had never posted this layout, and then I realized I had started editing the video and then never finished. So surprise, here's a new video, just because. So I have the Trail Mix collection by Simple Stories here, and I know that I want to use this really awesome foam thicker that it has. So I'm just trying to pick some really cool papers to go and pop off really nicely off of this really dark green background. I have these cute little photos of my sons on spring break. So I go with this floral that is also dark green, but you'll see how we kind of like pair it with some bright colors to make sure that it doesn't blend in too much. I'm going to do some mixed media on the background. I'm cutting apart the thicker sheet so I can just kind of move that around without committing to sticking it down yet to see how I want to set my page up. And I'm going to go with this one cut apart that does have lime green with it, because it kind of goes with the grass in the photo of my kids. So I am liking that. I'm going to use that foam sticker to cover up the word adventure at the top of the cut apart, because I don't need to use that word. That's not going to be part of it. But before I do all of that, I'm going to put some clear gesso onto my dark cardstock. Now, I do end up liking the page, but I will say the mixed media looks like a hot mess for a good amount of time, and really the whole time until you put everything back on top of it, and then it makes it look good. But I also will say I probably should have just covered the entire page with the clear gesso, because you can see it. Because see, I had done a little test there in the middle to make sure that these potted watercolors were going to show up on this dark paper, and they are. So that's kind of the vibe, or the design that I'm going for here. So you can see where the clear gesso starts and stops. So I should have probably just covered the entire page. In hindsight, that's the only thing that I would probably change. So I am going to just start putting some mixed media on the page. I have these potted watercolors. This is like a hot pink one, and then I have a lime green one, which go with the cut apart, and then the other strip of pink paper that I added to help the pattern paper pop off of the page. So you can see the pink one is not quite as pigmented, probably just because I added more water to it. So I'm going to help it out here in a few minutes, you'll see. But let's go ahead and add a little bit of the lime green first. This one is really nice and shimmery and a little more opaque, so it is giving a better coverage. And then I just try to blend those two colors together a little bit there in the middle. The pink is just not standing out enough, so I'm gonna pull out this Dina Wakley. It's like a lacquer paint. It is fun, but I will say it takes a long time to dry. Also, because I was mixing water with it, so it's supposed to dry with a shiny sheen, like a lacquered sheen. Because I mixed water with it, it did not do that, which I pretty much knew that was going to happen, and I was fine with. It did. I'm just used to like messing with watercolors, right? And so it did, even though it didn't dry with the lacquered sheen, it still took a long time to dry. So with my impatience and my the way that I tend to do mixed media, I just didn't love it. It's cool though. I mean, look at that, like it almost is so neon, right? So if I were patient and didn't hit it with my heat gun, it probably would have maybe even looked different, I would say. And then of course it would also look different on white paper. So I need to mess around with this product more before I can actually say if I like it or not. You know, I don't want to be unfair. I mean, it's definitely a cool idea. So that's just like what I got going here. But again, I found this footage. So I made this project like months ago and then forgot to do anything with it. So I don't really remember everything about the process, right? Because It was months ago. But I am just using those watercolors again to add some splatter. And I know it looks a hot mess, doesn't it? It's like, oh. But you can see I'm just trying to do like around the corners of the area that I'm going to add the papers on and everything. So while it dries, I'm going to rough up the edges of the paper with my really old paper distresser. Someone asked me about it the other day and I was like, honestly, it's a hand-me-down paper distresser that someone gave me when they gave me a box of Stampin' Up stuff. And I don't think they make it anymore. I don't know, but I've never bought from Stampin' Up or anything, so it's a really awesome tool, though. I will say that. So now I'm going to stick the papers down together. I think it's a really fun color palette. Lime green and hunter green and hot pink, which are all kind of like some of my favorite colors. I'm into it. And then I'm just going to go in and add some more splatter on top because these are shimmery watercolors, so they're going to make a nice splatter on top of these like cardstock papers, and they'll soak in nicely and just have little like dots of glitter. So I also backed my photos on some of that hot pink cardstock. And I'm going to commit to sticking down the pattern paper. And like you could see in a second ago, the foam sticker is going to cover up the top of that cut apart that says adventure, because my title is going to be outdoors. They were actually being really cute. Normally, I don't like my kids to like do things like this rough house because it always ends up in someone crying or whining or something, and or it makes me nervous. But they were like giving piggyback rides and being cute on this little trail we were walking on. So I made them take a picture, of course. So it turned out really cute. So there, I'm going to commit to sticking down that thicker. And you can see I went through the bits and pieces from the Trail Mix collection, and there was one that's like badges. So I love that collection and that ephemera pack. But I did the word B in my favorite memory box wood grain alpha die, and unfortunately that one is not in the Cherry on Top store anymore. I'm sorry. But I did it in white because I wanted maybe a pop of white up there, and then I picked the badge that has a pink background because I thought that would be nice to add a little bit of the pink from, like, you have that over on the right, so add a little pop of it on the left. I also added additional like subtitle down at the bottom because I had empty space, and so it says "Be Outdoors, Be Alive." I'm going to pop up the badge onto some foam tape, and then that's a logbook little die, and then that is a megaphone because I'm telling them be outdoors, go outside, but also they're loud, so it serves multiple purposes. Gonna pop that up as well, and then it was pink too, so it worked well with the theme. And I think we're almost done here. So I'm looking for a little something because I decided that under the badge it just needs a little something more, like another layer. So I picked this wood grain strip of sticker, and then I'm just gonna use part of it and just tuck it under there, and then you have this cute little scallop wood grain, another layered element over here, and I really like the way that looked. It's all about kind of a balance of things on the page. I think we're about in. I'm going to add maybe another die cut here, and we're going to call it a layout. I like the way this turned out. Again, a couple changes I would have made, but in the end, I got these cute photos down and documented, and I'm happy with it. And with really cute products from Simple Stories, I'll link those down below if you're interested in the affiliate links. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd love it if you'd like and subscribe. Bye, y'all.